let's go and get off into this thing, man. First and foremost, we know it's Thanksgiving tomorrow, and you know, I mean, a lot of people spending time with their family, man. And the point of this episode is really about, you know, leading with gratitude and, you know, being gracious and thankful and appreciative and all those good things. But we back, another episode 49.
49, yeah.
To be exact. So yeah, it's your boy E Double.
Yeah. What up, good people? Cedric Lavelle, and man, I'm excited about tomorrow. My wife down there baking a pie. It smells good. You know what I'm saying? I'm going in. I'm actually gonna wake up early tomorrow though, and give me a workout in, get on that treadmill, make some room for them calories.
You know, hey, I got an hour and a half beast before the feast workout at the Mayweather, and then they playing football at 8 o'clock. So I might go do an hour and a half workout and then go play football.
Okay, let's see. I ain't doing none of that, but you know what I'm saying? It's all good. I'm gonna get my cardio in though. You know what I'm saying? Do the responsible thing as a health enthusiast. You know what I'm saying? Get
Hell
in.
Yeah. But no, hey, so let's go and get into it, right? So an attitude of gratitude, giving acknowledgement to all that counts. So, you know, I mean, what does that mean to you, Sid? What is gratitude? How you show gratitude?
Man. So with gratitude, it was a very interesting research, you know, time that I had with learning so many different things that went along with gratitude. You know what I'm saying? And like kind of what we were talking about before we got on the live, man, from just the health standpoint, the mental, the physical, you know what I'm saying, the spiritual, your perspective, your relationships. There's just so many different things that having gratitude can really impact, right? And having that mindset of, you know, just being thankful, you know what I'm saying, having that expression of thanks and appreciation for certain things really opens up another part of your mind that shapes a perspective that allows you to progress and brings a lot of optimism as well too. You know what I'm saying? I look at gratitude as like one of those equalizers that kind of gives you balance in life. It allows you to see everything from a glass halfway full type of thing. You know what I'm saying? It's more so like things are working for my good. Things are progressing, even in dark times, even in bad times. I can make the best out of it. You know, it's just the value that gratitude brings to your life from an overall perspective that really kind of shapes your attitude. You know what I'm saying? And just acknowledging the many things that we encounter in life really just kind of gives you the ability to endure. It allows you to go through those things and really see them as being fruitful. You know what I'm saying? And like we were talking about earlier, just how, you know, when you look at gratitude and some of the things that it impacts, and when you just look at your life as an individual, you can really start to think like, you know, how do I approach my day? Like, do I wake up in the morning and I think that I'm blessed? You know what I'm saying? I have another day. I have another opportunity that I can do something for somebody else, or I can change my life, or I can improve my environment and all these types of things. Like, do you wake up in the morning and it's like, all right, man, it's another day. Like, do you go through the motions? You know what I'm saying? And I remember when I played sports, that was one of the common things that they would always say. Oh man, you just out here going through the motions. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You just going through the motions. You ain't trying to practice, or you ain't trying to play.
Well, like we talked about at the, you know what I mean, before the live started, like simple word, right? Gratitude, simple word, but it's really like a lifestyle. It's a way you live, like being gracious. And like you said, it leads to more optimism. You know what I mean? And that naturally puts you in a more positive mental state. You know what I mean? Because you're not assuming the worst. You're not looking for the negative. Right. And it gets very deep. You know what I mean? When we think about upbringing and things like that, and how you've been, you know, quote unquote programmed. You know, what you've learned, what you've been fed. You know what I mean? And
Absolutely.
affects your attitude, which will put you not in a gracious state or showing gratitude, and put you in a more reactive type of defensive, type of mental state, which is bad for you. As you talk about like mental health, physical health, and all those various different things.
For sure.
It's literally like a lifestyle, man. Just really showing appreciation, doing the right thing, and like with being mindful, you know what I mean, and present. You know what I mean? Like in order to really be gracious, you got to be in the moment and be present and mindful of what's going on and receptive. But yeah, no, 1,000%,
bro. So 3 quick things, man, that you want to know as it relates to gratitude. One is gratitude provides you with optimism, and we just kind of just said that it allows you to have a more optimistic approach as it relates to life. It allows you to focus on what can go good, right? Instead of what negative can come out of this, or what's the bad thing that can happen to this. Now, you obviously, want to be aware of consequences and repercussions and certain things that can happen as a result of certain actions and decisions that you make. But you can also approach certain things looking for the good that can come out of it. And even in situations where it look like it can be a challenge, those challenges are there to really just allow you to embrace and give you certain tools that are needed to, build your character, build your endurance, allow you to see, how you respond and how you react in certain situations. So if they come about again, you know how to go about handling those things. You know what I'm saying? And you have to go through challenges and you have to go through changes in order for you to be able to see, like, okay, this is a weak spot that I have, right? Or this is a blind spot, and I have to correct this issue. I have to fix this situation. Like, I have to make certain that I'm doing what's necessary in order for me to progress my life and move forward. And that's the good that can come out of things when you're approaching it with gratitude. You know what I mean? The next one is gratitude provides you with a sense of peace, right? And it allows you to release a lot of the negative emotions that you may carry in on a day-to-day basis, right? And I've experienced and encountered people who are always just having a bad day. You know what I'm saying? Like every time that I speak with them or may see them or have an interaction with them, it's always just something negative, right? And it's like, man, where's the positive things? Like where's the good things that are going on in your life? Like, what perspectives are you taking when you're faced with challenges or when you're faced with resistance? Like, is everything just meant for your bad? Are you looking at it and approaching like, okay, I can make something of this situation. I'm not going to look at it in a negative light. I'm gonna focus on the positive aspect or what I can change within this situation, opposed to taking a negative approach to everything, right? And so with gratitude, it just provides you that sense of peace where your emotions don't always have to be negative, you know what I mean, whenever you're dealing with something. And then the last one is just clarity, right? And with clarity, gratitude is just going to give you a better perspective. And we were just talking about this earlier as it relates to perspective. And I think a lot of things in life are based on perspective. Your approach, how you view things, your viewpoints, the way that you may see something being different from someone else. But it allows you to have clarity with who you are and how you see the world. And with that being said, you approach certain things based off of that, right? But if you're always kind of confused and in the gray area, or you're not very aware or present, you're going to find yourself in a lot of difficult situations simply because you don't have that balance of gratitude, right? Like I was just saying earlier, with gratitude, it functions as like an equalizer and gives you the balance that you need in all of life's situations, right? And so without that, you know what I'm saying, without it giving you the clarity, the peace and the optimism, you fall into a lot of situations that may not have the most favorable outcomes for you. You know what I'm saying? So that's gratitude right there.
No, absolutely, man. So moving on to the next segment, right? So making thankfulness a routine. So I'm gonna list out 5 different reasons why expressing gratitude should be a daily habit, right? And the first one is it opens the doors to new relationships. And this is the way it does that is when you're in a state of constantly showing gratitude, and when you're appreciative and you're just in a more positive mental mind state, you're just more enjoyable to be around. You know what I mean? Like, or to work with. And when you let people know, like, you appreciate them, right? You appreciate their effort. You appreciate their time. You appreciate their work. And like, you're genuine, you know what I mean? That helps to create meaningful relationships, which is what we wanted to stress, right? Like, not just any old relationship. And obviously there's like a stigma, you know what I mean? Like, no new friends and all this, like in our community, like, but no, you need meaningful relationships. You need to make friends. You need, even if they're not friends, if they're just business partners, acquaintances, you want to be building passive income, right? Tie in from our previous episode. And in order to do that, you need to make new friends, build new relationships. Like, everybody that's in your circle doesn't know everything there is to know about, you know, opportunity in business. You know,
I just want to say I do consider you a friend. I don't look at you as my business.
Oh, no.
No.
I just want to let you know. You know,
same for you.
You wear a couple different hats. You know what I mean?
You know what I'm
friend,
saying?
business partner. You know.
No, I understand. I just want to put that out there. You know what I'm saying?
Same way. But it opens the doors to new relationships, right?
No,
like
sure.
1,000%. And the next step is it improves self-confidence or self-esteem and self-confidence, right? Which can be the same thing. And the way it does that is a person that's more grateful and has, you know, gratitude focuses on the positives as opposed to the negatives or what they don't have, right? They focus on what they have. And by doing that, you become, one, more mindful, more present, you know, and you appreciate and grow confidence in the positive, the things about you that you love and that you enjoy.
Right.
And then that also reduces social comparisons, right? So like, you're not comparing yourself to this person or that person, or this dude's, you know, comparing yourself to this guy or this girl to this, because you know who you are. You stand firm and very confident in who you are, and you know that you're happy. You know, you're more positive mindset. So
and that's a challenge too, man. Just being able to come to grips with that. Like, your life is good. You know what I'm saying? You may not have everything that you want, but you do have everything that you need. You know what I'm saying? And just taking it from that aspect, you know, it really kind of gives you a different perspective on how you look at certain things in life, opposed to really kind of making yourself feel inferior. You know what I'm saying? And making yourself feel as if, you know, you're not where you want to be, and it's a downside or it's a negative thing. You know what I'm saying? And so that
this is a quote we dropped before, right? Which I'm paraphrasing, but something along the lines of comparison is the thief of joy, or something like that, right? And what's funny is, so a person that I know, I consider her like a friend, you know. She does photography, real dope photographer. She like posted some pictures of her because she also models, and then like showed the edited and unedited versions back and forth, right? And basically said, like, don't compare yourself to other women on the internet, you know, speaking to women, because everything can be edited and altered, you know what I mean, to present in a certain way, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And again, you know, there could be people that could be wrecking themselves off the pictures they see on Instagram, which I feel like women are more held to like these high levels of like beauty standards than like men are. But then man, they compare, you know, money and you know, status, you know what I mean? So like they'll see some dude with this and this, you know, and it ain't even what it looks like, you know what I mean?
And don't know he out here scheming,
you know what I mean? Don't own nothing you see. You know,
he out here stealing credit card numbers and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
But again, to go back to the point, is it improves your self-esteem to be more grateful. you appreciate what you have. You appreciate who you are, your strengths. You embrace those instead of focusing on your weaknesses, which in return gives you more confidence, more purpose, right? And then the next one is it allows you to be more present, which I mentioned already, being more mindful. But in order to really show gratitude and be gracious, right? Which what is that, right? It's to be like thankful and be genuine and to be, you know, just willing and to show those things and those emotions, right? Be vulnerable to a certain extent. And when, in order for you to do that, you have to be present. You have to be, you know, present and mindful of what you're experiencing and what you're going through to truly
have that awareness.
Exactly, awareness, to really truly be grateful and show that gratitude to an individual, right? So it naturally just allows you to be more present. Next on that list is it enhances empathy and reduces aggression. So basically this boils down to just the psyche, and like how we talked about gratitude being like a lifestyle, right? Gracious people, and I feel like you got to work to this. Like the older I've gotten in my life, I feel like the more gracious and more gratitude I show, right? The more appreciation and the need to want to, you know, kind of serve to a certain extent, like provide opportunity, give back, like do various different things. But I had to like work to that point, right? Because coming up how I came up, there was a lot of aggression, a lot of anger, and I still think I carry some of that still, to be 100% honest with you. But I move, and it's funny because like I joke around with my homeboys, we might even talk about this, but like as I get older, I feel like I get more sensitive. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm more in tune with my emotions than I was when I was younger. You know what I mean?
Emotional intelligence.
Well, what you know, whatever you want to call it, but it you know, it enhances your empathy, right? And it naturally reduces aggression because you become more understanding. You know what I mean? Like you become more willing to listen and like hear the other person and really kind of compromise and come to, you know, agreement, as opposed to it's my way or the highway, right? Which is the aggression. It's limiting that, you know what I mean? And making you, you know, more empathy, you know what I mean? More willing to really sit down and hear the other person out, which is huge. And those type of people are typically that show gratitude are pro-social, which just meaning they're you know, more willing to want to make new friends and, you know, seek out opportunities and you know what I mean, just more enjoyable type of people. And again, they're less likely to want to seek revenge, right? And it's crazy because a younger me, you know what I mean, you did me wrong, but like I'm coming for you. I'm getting you back. At this point in my life, depending on what it is, I might just be like, all right, yo, lost, because like now you just severed the relationship. You know what I mean? Like, but I ain't even got to get you back. I'm straight over here. You know what I'm saying? It's just a mindset, and I think some of that just comes with naturally with growth. You know what I mean? But yeah, just less likely to show revenge. And the last one on the list is it provides perspective and improves your outlook on life. And period, point blank, a person that shows a lot of gratitude is naturally going to be more optimistic. They're going to lean more towards the positive, right? And not pessimistic. And being more optimistic, right? Now, I don't, because I feel like we're sounding very like happy, joy, right? And I don't want to confuse that with like, don't be a fool, don't be gullible, don't, you know what I mean? Don't let people take advantage of you. It's not just all happy, but it's just your mindset towards certain things. When you come across those types of things, avoid them. Don't get involved. You know what I mean? But people who are on your same energy, same wavelength, you know what I mean? Y'all connect. The you know what I mean? Energy is there. That's kind of what we're talking about here and implementing, you know what I mean? That gratitude. You want to surround yourself with people who also are gracious and show gratitude and who, you know, align with you in your outlook. But so it provides perspective and improves your outlook on life because you're going to find a way to get it done. You know what I mean? You got goals, you're going to find a way. You're not going to look at the negative and the obstacles. You're going to look at what are the potential solutions? You know what I mean? How can I get there? You know? Absolutely. But so what's the impact? Approaching each day with gratitude allows you to make the best out of opportunities and see the benefit in every obstacle, which literally kind of just spoke about that, right? You're going to see the benefit and find the way, the solution, instead of looking at it as an obstacle and a reason to not do it, right? You know what I mean? But so yeah, there we go. making thankfulness a routine. So next up, so really last, and we, you know what I mean, try to humanize this, which I think the whole episode has done a pretty good job of doing that, right? But like personal reflection. So Sid, you know what I mean? Just hit you with it, right? So like what are some things you personally grateful for?
Man, so for me, I see you edited what I put in there, bro. You don't want to keep that in there?
Yeah. Because I'm somewhat thankful for Sid, but not 3 times worth though.
I was trying to give you. I was trying to give you a head start, man, just to help you out a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Just in case you didn't have no time. You know what I'm saying? Hey, but
yeah, no, it's cool. I came up with some stuff.
Oh, the cool. So for me, man, three things that I'm grateful for, right? And even with these particular things, just understanding that you could be grateful for so many things. You know what I'm saying? Like people be grateful for the birds and the trees and the grass that's green, and you know, and whatever fits you and whatever suits you, that is perfectly fine. You know what I'm saying? Whatever puts you at peace and gives you that sense of tranquility and serene, or whatever words you want to use, man, that's all good. But 3 things that are that I'm grateful for. One would definitely be family. You know what I'm saying? My wife in particular. Wink, wink. You know what I'm saying? But man, family is something that I'm truly grateful for. You know what I'm saying? I have a lot of people who stand beside me rather, and champion everything that I do. You know what I'm saying? I've got a lot of solid people that I depend on for different things. You know what I'm saying? And so family is certainly something that I hold near and dear to me. Excuse me. And just, you know, being able to be in a position where I can say, you know what I'm saying, that I'm connected. You know what I'm saying? And things are well, and we're moving in a harmonious kind of state, right? Because there are a lot of people who's at this time of year, families may be in shambles. Family may not be connected. Family may be having these issues and certain challenges, and things haven't been reconciled or anything like that. So, man, I'm truly grateful for that, right? And so the next thing is just time, right? And time is something that's essential, right? And being able to take on each day with the time that I've been given, and really just approach it with a sense of urgency, but also with a sense of optimism as well too, right? And it's kind of wild because I was just talking to my wife last night just about this journey of entrepreneurship, right? And she was just kind of asking me like my mental state, like what I was thinking, and she does this kind of often, you know, just kind of getting in my head, just trying to see where I'm at and how I'm feeling, right? Because obviously it's a different space that I'm moving in, right? That I'm operating in. And a lot of people don't know the details of my situation and things that went on the past 2 or so years, right? But just kind of having those conversations and just kind of telling her like how time is something that, you know, I can't get back. So the way that I approach things every day is from a mindset of how can I be more efficient? How can I be more effective? How can I take the time that I've been given and maximize every moment to get the most favorable outcome, right? And so I'm extremely grateful for the time that I do have and the time that I'm given to do those things and really pursue something that I feel is going to be needed and necessary, not just for my family, but for others' families and other people's future as well too. And then the last thing, man, is I'm grateful for opportunity, right? And there's a lot of different things that I'm attached to right now that I'm extremely grateful for. You know, this platform that we're building together, extremely grateful for that. You know, my CL Beneficial platform, extremely grateful for that. Other business ventures, extremely grateful for that. You know what I'm saying? And so those opportunities, man, are things that I've worked for, right? And things that I've made extreme sacrifices for as well, too. So just kind of seeing those things begin to manifest and come full circle and come to fruition is certainly a beautiful thing to experience and see. And I'm grateful for that. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's what's up, bro. No, 1,000%. So my list actually matched some of yours, right? But I'm gonna switch up some of the words though, right? So first and foremost, I'm gonna say instead of family, I'm gonna say relationships, right? And I have various different relationships in my life, right? Which involve my relationship with my family. So, you know, my wife, my children, my mother, you know, my business partners, you know what I'm saying? Like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful for Kamal with you know, Houston 55. I'm grateful for my little cousin Dre with Jug House, and you know, all various different business ventures and things I got going on. So just very grateful for those relationships and those people, because I think we all are providing benefit to each other in some way. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
regardless of what it is, you know, whether it's financial or it's love or it's, you know, opportunity or growth, just whatever, you know what I mean? And I'm very, very grateful and thankful for those relationships that allow those things to happen, right? And then next on the list is riches. I don't want to say it's new for me because I've always been an advocate for education, but like starting to read more and open my mind up to different things, and I have like a new perspective on learning, and I ain't even really share it, but I'll do it right now though, right? Like but yeah, grateful for education and the opportunity it provides, right? Like we don't know something until we do, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Simple as that. And this new philosophy I have on like education and learning is, I feel like a lot of people go into learning wanting to master whatever it is that they're learning, right? Like they go into it with that mindset, like, damn, like I need to learn all of this, right?
Right.
Whereas think about this, there's things you've been doing in your life, your whole life now, that you haven't mastered, but you know about it, you know how to do it,
Yeah.
but you're not a master, right? So like this new perspective I have on learning is, no, don't go into it with the perspective of like I have to master this. Like go into it with this perspective of I just need to learn as much as I can as quickly as possible. You know what I mean? So
Right.
when you come across a point of something that you're learning that you don't understand, instead of like trying to harp on that and figure every piece out, no, keep going. You know what I mean? And something else may make that make sense down the
Yeah.
road. You know what I
Absolutely.
mean? But just perspective though, man. But very, very grateful for education and just the opportunities that it provides. Because really, I feel like that leads into freedom and time that I get to spend with the family to cultivate those relationships. You feel
Right.
what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Yeah.
And then last on the list is, yeah, time, right? Just grateful for like this time. You know what I mean? Like this hour and change we spend every Thursday or Wednesday or Friday, depending on the weekend, what's going on, right? But
Right.
typically Thursday, where we really just get to sit and, you know what I mean, kind of break bread, man. Like just the whole, for those of y'all who don't know how Keep It Thorough came about, is I had an idea, right? Like I felt like I wasn't doing enough to give back. Like I wanted to do something where I was able to give back. And I'm like, well, I don't know everything, but I've had like some successes, and I feel like I can like share some, you know, good information. But I'm like, I don't want to do it by myself. Like it's weird to just hop on a live and just be like talking by myself. I'm like, people prefer like conversation and, you
Sensation.
know,
Yeah.
personalities and things like that. So I'm like, man, who better to reach out to than said, right?
Then your
Who's
boy. You know what I'm saying?
you know what I mean? No, really, just really a genius, to be real with you, when it comes to marketing and branding and concepts and ideas. And that's literally what we're doing every week. Every week we're coming up with a new concept, new idea, and talking and spreading information. And the boy's a communications major. You know what I mean? You know how to put some words together. You know what I mean? Put some copy together for you.
But I can't do nothing else. I know how to do that.
But hey, but for real though, but yeah, time, man, and just opportunities. You know, like whenever I get to spend time or you know, like with my kids, the time I get to spend with my kids, like tomorrow, like soaking that up. You know what I mean? Like, cause I feel like you know, I'm not perfect, and I take certain things for granted sometimes. You know what I mean? And some of these episodes that we have about gratitude and about, you know, just appreciate. You know what I mean? It makes you like really look at certain things. You know what I mean? And like, you know, just relationship with like my parents, and my mom and sisters, and you know what I mean, various different things. Which I'm not going to get all into the personal nitty gritty, but just really being appreciative, because you know, you never know, something can happen to you tomorrow or something can happen to them tomorrow. You know what I mean? And then it's what are you going to do? Are you going to be happy with the status of the relationship and how they think you felt about them at that point? You know what I mean? Or how they felt about you? You know what I mean? Like, can you know what I mean? Will you be happy and live with that? But again, you know what I mean? No, that's what I'm grateful for. I'm sure I could probably write a paragraph, a couple pages, a report on it. But again, you know, as we talked about earlier, it's like gratitude is really like a way of life, and working your way to that point. Because like when people say, you know, be gracious, you know, give, you know what I mean, and it will come back tenfold. And when you really get to a point in your life where you realize and you're doing things out of the kindness of your heart, it really do just come back. You know what I'm saying? Like it come back tenfold, you know, and whether you're religious, spiritual, you know, whatever the case may be, I feel like this relates to, you know, everybody. It's just kind-hearted individuals that, you know what I mean, do the right thing. You're grateful. And again, don't get taken advantage of. Don't be a fool. Don't be gullible. You know what I mean? But operate on a higher wavelength. You don't gotta drop down. You know what I mean?
Nothing to be kind.
Right? They say it takes more muscles in your face to frown than it does to smile. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, put a smile on.
Absolutely, my brother.
But hey, go hit us with the final thought, bro.
A final thought, right? So gratitude brings a daily awareness of all that is well and can go well in our lives. It's easy to allow change and challenge to disrupt how we approach our day, but gratitude, we accept the right and adjust to the wrong, right? So by allowing gratitude to lead our day, we can embrace the idea that things work together for our good, right? And so just taking every day and seeing the good in our day, right, can go a long way. You know what I'm saying? And obviously there's a lot of bad things that go on in the world every day. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's from your own front door to somebody else's. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's in your own city and state, or whether it's in another city and state. And a lot of the things that I've seen in the news and have been reading about, man, it's been extremely disheartening, right? It's challenging to kind of, you know, even wrap my mind around how other families may be feeling as it relates to just the things that they're experiencing when it comes to a loved one, or when it comes to a life that's being lost, or when it comes to a situation that may be occurring that they find it challenging to get over, right? And so in those instances, a lot of times, like, how can I be grateful, right? How can I take on this day and feel that things are going to get better when, you know, somebody just got killed, or somebody stole something from me, or whatever the case may be. And it's extremely hard, right? In a lot of instances, to just take the positive side of things, right? But I always believe that you don't find solutions in stress, right? When you're dealing with a stressful situation, you know, and as we were talking about earlier, everything is about perspective, and the perspective that you take will allow you to, you know, endure and maneuver within that situation, right? And really taking a very optimistic approach about things getting better as time progresses, right? And how they say, like, time heals all wounds, right? And certain things may take longer than others, right? And there's no like, you don't have to speed up, you know what I'm saying, just to get over something and not feel a certain way. Like, no, you got to be present, right? You got to be present, and in that moment, you have to embrace that feeling, right? And whatever it is that you're thinking, but always taking that approach with gratitude and saying, you know what, I'm thankful that I have the opportunity to get past this situation. I'm thankful to use my moment of grief and hardship to potentially be a blessing to somebody else who may be enduring or having to experience the same thing. You know what I'm saying? And that's the way
Yeah,
that
you know, those type of situations give you perspective. It gives you
absolutely, bro.
something where you can relate to another individual down the road or provide some value.
And that's how we all, I feel like that's how just we all kind of can heal from wounds and different challenges and traumas that we experience, right? Like if you kind of shy away or take the road of not getting through a situation, like there's probably hundreds of people who may be needing your voice and your value to get through their situation, right? To get past a moment of hardship or a moment where they're feeling hopeless or whatever word that you want to use. And so this is where the importance of gratitude comes into play, right? Because if you're someone that takes on the day, like with gratitude, it's like, I'm thankful that I'm going to have an opportunity to get past this situation. I'm going to have an opportunity to move forward, but I have something of value that's going to be with me from this experience that's going to be beneficial to somebody else, right? And that's what being beneficial is all about. You know what I'm saying? Taking everything that you learn and sharing everything that you know, right? Taking your experiences and giving it all back to somebody through whatever medium that you choose to use, or whatever platform that you use, because it's needed. You know what I'm saying? And so,
hey, and truthfully, even if it's just your kids,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
kids
Even
too.
your immediate friends, family, even if you don't want to take it big, but just providing that value, giving back, because like that's a problem, and especially in our communities, like just the sharing of information. And I feel like the great equalizer, right? Technology has provided an outlet and opportunity for things like Earn Your Leisure, or even what we're doing right now, and various other ways to, you know, be educated and pass information on. But even if it's just to your kids, just better sense of principles, morals, and values. Like I feel like that was lost in like this last generation. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like these kids out here reckless, no purpose, no, you know,
no drive,
for any
hustle.
authority. You know what I mean? Like not even their own parents, disrespecting they moms, and you know what I mean, with just lack of, you know, male role models, all that good stuff. But
wild times, man. But gratitude, man. Just really being thankful for the good, thankful for the bad, thankful for the rights, thankful for the wrongs. You know what I'm saying? And seeing everything as an opportunity to really just learn, evolve, and grow. You know what I'm saying? And those are three key things that I feel that we all have to do at every part of our lives. You know what I'm saying? We all have to learn. We all have to evolve. We all have to grow. We all have to just progress towards better. You know what I'm saying? Have the desire to progress towards better day by day. You know, and really become the best version of ourselves. That way we can be the best version that we can be to somebody else. You know what I'm saying?
Gotta take care of yourself first.
Absolutely.
That's why it's called self-care.
Self-care. Got to do that, man. Got to do
But
that.
hey, man, as always, so the kits are on the website, but they on a development website, so y'all can't see them. I'm in the process of moving them over. So the kits are a few behind on the main website, but it should be fixed here in the next day or so. But in the meantime, you can check out our previous episodes and all of the lives that are on the Instagram page. So be sure to check them out. Merch is coming. Merch is on
you know
the way. It should be in the mail. You know what I mean? It's coming from far, but should be here soon. So, and I'm trying to think. Y'all have a wonderful Thanksgiving tomorrow. You know, we appreciate everybody who watched live, everybody who go back and watch. But yeah, have a happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy the time with your friends, family, and you know, significant others, all that good stuff. Kids. Don't be taking no pictures of no ugly food. You know what I mean? And no nasty food.
Because we might just roast you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I might just comment on your picture and be like, hey man, that ain't it.
But yeah, man. Other than that, man, if y'all don't do nothing else,
yeah,
keep it thorough. We back at y'all next week, man. Deuces.
For sure.